What is up, everybody? It's your boy, I the Dashy, and this is also I the Drasky. We're gonna commentate this one.
Gamers?
Yo, that was almost a good good American accent. We are doing week 5 of seeding, the final seeding week, with Peru versus Australia. We're gonna have Rare joining us partway through this match as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty decisive match actually, because as far as I could see, I'm pretty sure this match can potentially decide one of the two eliminated teams, because if Peru beat Australia here, they should be safe from elimination, but if they lose,
then they're pretty much doomed.
Yeah, so
yeah,
this
we were
match
looking
is really
at. I was looking at this too. Yeah, so Australia is basically guaranteed to be out. I hope Australia is not like watching this because or listening because it's kind of demotivating. But you know, it is what it is in terms of the standings. But this match basically comes down to, do they want to try to drag Peru with them or not?
I mean, it also would just look at putting out the best performance you could as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
So as much as they're eliminated, regardless at this point, pretty much, I guess it's about having the lowest point difference on the board. Make sure you're not losing by as little as possible, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, like you said,
you don't want to end the seeding phase with 0-5. I mean, that wouldn't look very good.
Yeah, exactly, and not any huge point difference to boot as well. But we'll see if Australia can pull this one through and clutch their first win in the seeding phase here.
Yeah, hoping for the best for them. We do have our tracks drafted already, so I'll run it through like we usually do, and we can talk about it afterwards. So Australia ended up banning Prehistoric Deep Sea Hot Air. Peru ended up banning Pompu's Electron Tiger Temple. Now we started off with Engine Labs for Australia, Assembly Lane and Cortex Castle for Peru, and then back for Australia we have Barren Ruins and Mystery Caves. Peru then picked Out of Time Tiny Arena, and then Australia with Koala Carnival and Inferno Island, and then Peru ended it off with Gingerbread Joyride. Now, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see any gaming here, so the Koala Carnival and Inferno Island are going to be as exhilarating as ever.
Well, the only person on this lineup that I think can do it is Beba, as far as I know.
So
Roker,
too.
Maybe. I can't comment on Roker. I'm pretty certain Blindado is pretty set on NMG, so they wouldn't be doing Pulse. With Promo, I think is the same, but Roker is kind of that 50-50. But if we do see any gaming here, it'll be from Peru's side. So I find it interesting that Australia really does like those shorter, item chaos tracks, and you can see that in their picks with tracks like Koala Carnival, Inferno Island. I know Inferno in particular is a track I think they've picked every single time when they've been playing this World Cup, but it could prove to their detriment if they've got two people on the other team that can get their comebacks with the gamer tech. So.
Yeah, I do know for a fact that Blindado doesn't, because there's like a meme about Blindado where he'll join standard lobbies and then end everybody while not doing Super Engine at all.
Nice. Unfortunately, he won't have any SE Pulse with us to end in this for him here. Or maybe he'll be happy about that. But yeah, so we'll see how he performs here, especially since, I mean, it's only really the last 3 tracks, and Mystery, I guess, is another one you can do a decent one on, that you can get some Pulse Woods on, particularly tracks 8 and 9. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting draft all around. We see Peru picking a lot of those longer tracks, you know, Assembly Lane, Out of Time, Tiny Arena, Cortex Castle even. And a lot of those tracks are really breakaway heavy, I feel. Especially, you know, Tiny Arena being the biggest one of those.
Okay, so we are actually already going into our first race. We're in the loading screen right now. So I'm gonna mute this and we're gonna put on the Mystery Caves music, which is gonna blow your ears out right now because I was watching regular ass videos.
Mystery Caves music for Engine Labs first?
Oh yeah, you know what? Don't
We're just
don't question it, man. Just
skipping around. Let's go.
is that actually? I feel like I feel like there's a reason I'm saying Mystery Caves.
You're just so excited for Mystery Caves coming up that you just thought, well, let's start the music early. It is a pretty banger song. I like the song.
Yeah. There. I need to download an app that like lets you fine tune the volume on YouTube videos because
True.
my hand is way too shaky for this shit.
Alright, so we're starting off here. We'll see how our POVs go. We are seeing Hakuma going quite wide here alongside Promo, while our other two POVs going tight here. Promo with the mask in 7th here. Going to use it early. Are they going to take out the competition? Looks like Walker gets taken out. Promo coming up into the top here. Does dodge his teammate, but doesn't take out GTR in 1st, who's got a bit of a break with the shield there.
And we see an early breakaway kind of between GTR and Biba. You can see GTR teleporting everywhere on Biba's screen, and Biba ends up getting taken out by a Beaker.
So yeah, we're seeing GTR with a decent breakaway at the start here. Blindado looking like in 2nd, I believe that is. So we'll be seeing those two really breaking away from the pack as we see 3rd and 4th place, and the rest of the pack actually coming up close behind.
I can already tell that this seems like it's gonna be a lobby with some instant transmission tech from both teams.
Oh yeah.
It seems like the rest of the matches have been mostly okay with Australia, but this one's looking not great so far.
Yeah, we're seeing Hakuma getting comboed before the blue fire pad there, so they're now dropping down to 7th. We'll see if they can roll anything. They get an unjuiced orb. We'll see if they can make any use of this. Their teammate is in 1st, so they really don't want to be throwing this unjuiced, but potentially it can do some damage once juiced. As we see Savage getting taken out by a Nitro after the tunnel there, falling down to 8th.
Yeah, and right now we do see the Peruvian players in 2, 3. Oh wait, no. Blindado ended up taking over GTR. GTR is in 3rd place right now, so the orb is coming out right now. Juiced. If you also take a look, by the way, Savage Sensor has a juiced clock, and he just, bam. Okay, I guess we're just doing it. Not really sure. Do you think that's like the best spot to use that?
So I think they should have waited just a little longer till after the tunnel to hit top 2, because top 2, yes, they did hit them, and GTR does a fast fire, but top 2 have slow blue fire, so GTR's not going to be able to catch here, so that really didn't do justice to catch the top 2 here. We do see that Sav and Mutado have come up into mid spots here, so potentially it did help them get 7th, the Penta down. But other than that, yeah, a bit of a risky clock there, as we see that Savage gets squished and just tries to bomb this this Penta to prevent the pass. But Roka does get the pass.
Yeah, so Blindado is still out in front by a decent amount in front of Biba, who's his own teammate, obviously. And there's still a decent gap between Biba and GTR is the other Spyro.
Yeah, and we see Mutado and looks like Sav also had been taken out. Mutado getting hit again. Deja Vu getting comboed before the blue fire pad yet again. So we see both our Australian POVs in 6, 7 here, with 8th place being incredibly far behind there. So we're seeing a bottom 3 at the moment for Australia, which is really not what they need going into the end of lap 4. They only have 1 lap to bring this back, and things aren't looking good unless they can get more power items.
Roka ends up hitting what looks like a Nitro there, so he ends up tumbling and dropping a couple spots, and our 2 Australian POVs move up those spots. So that's good for them.
Even 8th place is catching. It looks like Roka got really stuck there. They lost a ton of time there. So looking like bottom 2 is going to be a big position change here. But other than that, looking like positions are pretty set for the rest of the top 4 are all looking pretty spread out here. So a power item might shift 3rd place if they don't have a shield, but we'll definitely see.
Yeah, I can't see GTR being able to take over 2nd place, but he is close enough to 4th place that with something that could happen, maybe there could be a change of positions.
Oh, GTR has a shield anyway, so we do see that they finish into 3rd place, and we're seeing 1, 2, 4 for Australia here. Sav falling off on the spiral. This could be just what Beba needs to be able to catch up into 7th place here. They're coming up probably with a mask at that speed. Looks like they take off the shield from Sav. Are they going to be able to get the pass? They do. Sav with the missile, not going to be able to do anything with that, and we see Roka coming up into 7th place here.
Okay, so now that we have rare here, I've got my work cut out for me. I'm gonna do scores.
Hello.
You guys can talk about this race.
I
Welcome,
was able to
welcome,
watch a
man.
little bit of it. I will agree that clock was kind of bad. Not really
Yeah,
great.
it really
but-
seemed like on Australia's half they had taken the shields of top two. They probably saw, okay, top two are after the blue fire pad. Our third place GTR is behind it. Let's just use the clock. But as much as yes, like I mentioned earlier, it did take fast fire away from top two. They still got slow fire, which isn't that much slower than the fast blue fire here. So it really didn't shake the top two. As for middle spots didn't seem to get too heavily disrupted. We did see Sav and Mutada coming up into those mid spots, but they got taken out regardless after that and fell back down. So really it was a bully Roka day in with those power items and with the items, because Roka was the only one of the Peruvian team that kind of fell back into the lower spots with them. So very, very decisive first race there for Peru, getting a very strong win there of 11 points. So strong win to start this off as we head into assembly lane for race 2 here. So we'll see whether Australia can win on Peru's pick as Peru just did to Australia, or if we're going to be seeing an even stronger showing by Peru as they just start picking up the wins.
Yeah, absolutely. That was kind of a relatively uneventful race. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see too much action in all of these races, just because of how laggy it is for kind of both teams. Because I mean, even on like the Australian POV, like obviously the Peruvians are kind of teleporting around, so it's kind of like hard to say if things are gonna happen. This is kind of the territory where missiles usually explode on the ground, you know what I mean, and just kind of.
So it's a 50-50 actually. This level of lag isn't completely unplayable, which is probably shocking for some players to hear, but with missiles it can actually be beneficial. We did actually see on Engine Labs there was one part where Mutada got hit by a missile. Because of the teleporting, Mutada's cart slid wide, which allowed the missile to go around the square turn and hit him, whereas if there wasn't any teleporting, Mutada going tight would have blocked the missile. So it's kind of 50-50. With teleporting, it can mean missiles just chimp and do nothing, but it can also mean they can get around bends they ordinarily wouldn't be able to. So not that that's something that's easy to control. You can't just go teleport, go missile, but
Right,
it's something
yeah,
it's something that could help when they throw their Hail Mary missiles here. So we'll see how it turns out.
All right, so we're gonna get started on our POVs are already super decent. Cool.
Australia Tech, let's go. Alright, so we see Promo going wide again. Didn't go for the Wampa though, just going for a wide item there. As Beba tries to go tight, we do see 3 Peruvians and a Black Spyro up the front here as Beba gets taken out by a bomb on the shortcut. Mutada in 4th with a single missile, but doesn't get the hit on Blindado there as he gets taken out alongside Sav, who was in 1st. So Blindado and I believe Roka are the 2 that have broken away here, and we can see that it's quite a decent breakaway at that already.
Yep, Roka is the Circus Penguin, and I think you said Sav is like there's 2 Black Spyros, and it was Sav and Walker. So
yeah, and we see Sav in 3rd place here. Already quite a big gap between him and top 2, but we'll see what he can do to try and catch up, or potentially lay back spam for top 2 to hit in later laps. Because we see Beba takes the TNT in the shortcut that Sav put down and actually gets hit by it and loses fire. So Sav going to get a bit of a break from 4th place here.
yeah. Meanwhile, Blindado is still just holding it down with Roka up there in top 2 spots with a nice little gap.
Beba and Promo both being taken out there, and we see Promo failing the shortcut. Really unfortunate for him. As he goes around, we see Promo's fallen really far behind, and as much as Beba's been taken out, they're right on top of some of the other competitors here. See, both are Australian POVs in 3-4 with shields here, so unknown if top 2 are protected, but if they're not, then potentially any power items that come out from Australia, if they get knocked into the bottom, could be very beneficial.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit better for Team Australia right now. It's still not like fantastic, but they're at least in somewhat better positions than they were last time. But we see Beba coming up with the mask. doesn't get past GTR though, and then the orb comes through and takes out Biba and
Promo as well. They both have Peruvian POVs got taken out here. We'll see what it does to the Australians. It looks like they both dodge, and it looks like Beba gets hit. Did Blindado get hit there?
Top 2 looks like they got hit here.
Yeah, Beba getting taken out on the shortcut there, but Sav hits the Nitro. So again, we're going to see Blindado break away regardless of being hit here. Beba going to be able to hold second place as we see Sav still in third after hitting that Nitro.
That's Roka, by the way.
Roka.
But yes, so they are still holding on to those top 2 spots after that orb, not making too much of a difference despite the hit. But the clock comes out from, I'm guessing, Peru, since neither of our Peruvian POVs look like they got hit by it.
Yeah, and
second
we see
did
that
get hit though.
Ooh, if second gets hit, that could be bad. I mean, obviously, he's already dropped down to 4th.
Hakuma's right on Blindado's tail right now.
And he has fire with a shield. He can just get the shield tackle here and take Blindado out if he can catch, but looking like, Blindado gets a trap, great. So Hakuma's got a free first here, looks like. He's got a shield and fire. Double shield, actually. I don't see anything taking him out of first here, as we see Savage actually getting comboed and dropping down to 5th. So Mutada stole first, but we are seeing 2, 3, 4 for Peru here, so still winning positions.
So Beba just pulled a blue shield as well. We can see Hakuma already has a blue shield and one on stacked. So
and
even
Promo with an orb.
Ooh.
And Promo throws the orb, so we'll see it takes out 7th, it looks like, which is Walker. Roka getting hit. Looks like everyone in the bottom actually being hit there. Sav getting hit in 4th place there, getting caught kind of stuck in the mud, but he should be fine.
I don't think anything happens here with unless I have no idea. Yeah, I was about to say I have no idea what I'm looking at from Beba's point of view.
It's kinda,
he got a shield. Oh, he got a shield taken off.
Wait, is this the last second?
Wait, did he? No.
Okay, no, okay.
No, so
very
close.
yes.
That was about 2 frames.
Wait, no, Beba did pass him.
Oh. Wow.
With
he did.
2
It's
frames.
It's a 0.6 and not a 0.8, is it? Oh wow, that was actually a very clutch finish there.
Wow.
So we saw at the end, Beba getting a nitro. We thought everything was lost as he got a nitro before the shortcut, but that missile at the very end managed to hit Mutada over the line, and Beba barely passed in there with just a few frames of difference there.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That still is a win for Australia, though, it looks like.
I'm gonna have to turn my brain on while putting these scores in. Which is never a good sign. Anyway.
So that was a very tumultuous lap 5 there. We had quite a few power items there as well. That clock, which presumably you'd think came from Team Australia. I mean, it's kind of hard to say who that came from. It really felt like it helped Australia more, so you'd like to think it was Australia's clock there.
Yeah.
We did see Mutada did pass all the way up into first there, but unfortunate for him that he had double shield. Seemingly a free first, but one taken by the orb, one taken by Beba's bomb, and then the missile at the end. So unfortunate for Mutada there as he tried his best to hold the first, but Beba just managed to beat him out there. So we'll see how the scores are looking after this race. Still going to be definitely in Peru's favour, but we'll see what the point difference is looking like.
It is 10 right now.
Yeah, we're currently looking at a plus 10 for Peru. That was a 1-point win for Australia. Had there not be that position swap at the finish line, it would have been a little bit better for them, but
yeah. Take what you can get right now.
Yeah, obviously minimizing the damage as much as possible. We are going into the loading screen.
Yeah, especially since we're only on race 2, so when you're still in those early races, like, of course you still want to be getting, the biggest wins you can, but if you're still getting small wins at the start, it's fine enough, keeping the point difference really small. Yeah. It's really in those final races where it starts to really matter, where you're thinking, okay, I really need to start getting big wins here. So at the moment, yeah, it's pretty fine for Australia to be getting these small wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not like a super damaging win at the moment. I mean, 11 points isn't getting 11-point loss on the first race does hurt a lot, but if you can kind of minimize it over the next few races, it's not one of those like things where you can bleed out really bad.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So we'll see how Cortex Castle goes here. Definitely a track I personally would favor Peru on, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna have a stroke trying to sync these every race. Dude,
Sure.
Hakuma ends up getting taken out early from a mask.
Looks like it's Walker's mask. I don't see anyone else masking here. We see Walker lost fire using the mask because he didn't catch the top there, taking out both teams, it seems like, a couple from each, as we see Blindado and Roka with the early lead here. Sav tried to get the bomb on Roka, but barely missed. Looked like he tried to detonate it there.
Yeah.
So we're potentially seeing an early break from Blindado in particular here.
The legend himself, he doing it.
It's really dangerous to be giving such a breakaway so early on Cortex Castle. With all these blind corners, Blindado has the advantage in being able to trap all of these blind spots here, forcing Australia to go wide and lose even more time. So we'll see what they can do to break this top two. We do see that it's 1-2-4 at the moment for Peru. Really strong positions here. We see Mutada masking though without fire.
He didn't take double pad, I saw. So that hurts.
So currently seeing a few bottom spots for Australia, not looking too good for them, as Sav looks like he foregoed infinite reserves to the extra item roll in third there. So you're going to have to be a bit safer with his reserves here as he tries to catch up to second, who's looking like they're going wide, potentially wanting to get a shield tackle here, because they have been going really wide, we see. You see Blindado just up the front is completely gone.
Okay, yeah.
Savage goes too tight.
Yeah, and Promo ends up taking him out with the juiced missile. So now we're looking at top three. Yeah.
And Sav has a huge break on everyone else. So even though he's lost fire, he'll easily retain fourth, but that's not looking good for Australia. If Sav's the only one up the front there and he's already fallen so far behind from being hit, this is looking like a pretty comfortable top three, barring a power item.
Oh, I didn't see it on Biba's screen, but I saw that Hakuma went for a back bomb onto Beba.
Beba looks like they fell off. I don't know if they tried to cut too tight there, but yeah, we do see that Beba falls down into 8th here. They do have a bit of a gap, so potentially they're going to be in the back for a while here, but it does mean they roll a power item right away. So they get an orb here, so this means Australia can't roll an orb themselves for about 30 seconds.
Also true, yep. And obviously they're not really inclined to be using that. Never mind.
But they're going to use it.
Which is really...
Promo doesn't have
a shield.
That's really weird.
Yeah, this looks super risky here. They do take out Mutada, but I don't see how that's going to be helping Beba too much.
Sav has a blue shield.
Second lost fire as well. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but...
Yeah, we're going to be seeing...
Take a look at watch our bottom two POVs real quick.
Can he get the hits
he gets
on?
the bombs,
Wait, Sav
he
lost
gets the shield
fire?
off? No, he fell off, but he hit Sav. Is he going to be able to get around quick enough?
He should be fine.
Yeah.
That was a very questionable orb on Peru's part.
Oh, 100%. But it did help. It was going to help Beba, but Beba lost fire here, so Beba didn't even get a position from this orb. So all that orb did was break their own top three. Beba did get close, but unfortunately not close enough.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alright, so we were seeing a bit of a demonstration of misuse of power items on this stream today.
Yeah, that's been a couple times already.
So that ending was so tight between Sav and Promo there. Promo did manage to get the... they had triple bombs, which is exactly what they needed to counter Sav there. They got the shield off, but as they got the bomb hit off to actually take Sav out there, they failed the shortcut trying to take it while backcamming. And because they got Promo got respawned and had to go around the shortcut, but Sav was able to tumble over the shortcut and still take it, it meant that Sav got the advantage there and managed to jump into third. So really unfortunate for Peru that their own power item just ended them. It would have been a better play, it seems, to either wait for Promo to roll a shield or just hold the orb for the rest of the race. They were on like lap 4 when he rolled it, so it really felt like they threw that just in the hopes that the bottom 3 Australians in 5th, 6th, 7th didn't have shields and Beba could get points.
Yeah, I don't know. That was, I mean, obviously Peru still ends up winning that race, and they get to walk away up to plus 19 now, which is starting to look a little bit scarier for Team Australia. But yeah, that orb was definitely kind of questionable.
Feels like a lot of the power items have been very hasty in this match. They've just been thrown pretty quickly. We haven't really been seeing people hold on to their power items this match. So
Yeah.
I really feel like that wouldn't have been as bad if Beba had actually like benefited from it, but he didn't. So
Yeah, I think that's probably true because after 3rd place, it doesn't really matter too much. It's only like a 1 point difference between positions.
yeah.
So losing 1 isn't the worst thing in the world. But I was thinking about this, and there's another thing that we kind of glossed over with the teleporting thing that you can kind of notice. At least we saw it in an assembly lane. Is Hakuma can take, like, Hakuma was in 1st, right? And he's taking crates, but because he's teleporting everywhere on like Beba's screen, the crates aren't breaking on Beba's screen, so he can take the same crates.
yeah, very true.
So
All right, starting Barren Ruins here. We'll see how the start goes here. Hakuma going wide as usual. Promo going for the hard wide here. Getting a mask in 8th place. We'll see what they can make of this. But they do hit a TNT lead ended here. Yep. As we see our front here, he's breaking up.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blindado once again with the early breakaway.
Hakuma going too tight there, trying to keep up with Roker and Blindado, but just fails a bit unfortunately there and falls down to 6th here. Are they going to be able to mask Promo? Looks like they're barely missing there as we see Promo just with Infinite and some missiles here. Beba with the early blue shield as we see looks like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3 actually. Top 3 at the moment for Peru as one of the Spyros took a TNT.
That was Walker, and
Yeah.
I guess it actually killed him, but yeah, Beba ended up getting the overtake on that. So we do see a top 3 now for Team Peru once again. With Sav
I believe
in
we just saw
4th.
I believe we just saw a team kill by Walker there because Mutada, just got masked in 5th as Walker passed him up there. So Mutada falling further back now.
Sav getting the
bomb
takedown
hit.
onto Beba, gets a combo.
Double takedown.
Are we gonna go for 3? No, not quite.
No.
So moving
But
up
that
into
does
3rd.
really hurt Beba here.
Yeah, because he's moving down into 5th
It's
and then
missile.
gonna get down
Yeah.
to 6th.
Trades?
Oh,
Trades with Mutada here.
Hakuma, what are you?
What are we doing?
Hakuma. What the?
Mutada just gaming, I guess.
Okay.
Likely trying to get more squishes, but it took so long for Beba to recover that it just wasn't worth it in the end. So we do see Mutada in 6th alongside Beba. They're both on top of each other. As Beba going wide here with a shield and a mask, gonna try and let Mutada pass and get the takeout here.
Ends up
And he
taking out
just-
Walker instead. But he's
Yeah,
gonna get Mutada
he has
on the straightaway with this shield or this mask, maybe? Mutada goes wide, so maybe not. So he might do some slowdown? Nah.
Yeah, he's just gonna go. He's just gonna try and get the breakaway here.
Yeah, as he pulls another mask, so he should.
Yeah. So he does lose fire here, but Mutada with missiles is going to be not be doing too much here from these with this mask. And we do see our top positions look like they all have shields, as far as I can see, just time trialing in the top 4. We do see
And
all the
it's
action
the
happening in
robot.
the back. Yeah, that could be just what Beba needs to secure 6th place here, especially now that he has a shield. So
And
even with power
Hakuma
items,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mutada,
Clock.
clock.
Was
Okay.
that
Clock?
Walker?
Yes,
I believe that was
the-
Walker's
that was
clock.
Walker's clock here. Looks like it is actually going to matter as we see Sav coming up into
Second, maybe
Second place here.
First? No, I don't think so.
first is
Blindado
definitely
waits.
secure here.
Blindado's waiting, but it's not gonna matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see an
So
orb
really-
came out.
Oh,
But
not going to be mattering though as
way
Beba
too
has a
late.
mask.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not gonna do anything.
Oh wait, Beba.
Oh, Beba!
Oh wait, so
Beba.
he's got way too much volume. It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but that was a bit of a panic tech there.
Okay.
Oh, that was an interesting race from both teams there. So the clock actually really mattering there. We saw that the clock sent Sav from, I believe, 3rd as it took out one of the Peruvians there. Roker, I believe, was the one taken out. So it brings Sav up into 2nd. So as Dashy mentioned earlier, Top 3 is where it really matters because that's where the big point differences are. So Australia pushing up into second there really does help minimize the damages, though. Still, of course, a win for Peru as they got 1, 3, 4, 6 from memory. So still a very strong win, but not as strong as it was pre the clock. They got the orb as well, but as we saw, the orb was not nearly as impactful as Beba had a dodge, was really far ahead, and it just didn't matter in the end.
The best part of that race being Hakuma trying to grief Beba. That was quite something.
Yeah, that was a bit of a battle we saw. The top 4, up until that clock, really nothing happened. They all kind of did nothing, no interactions as they broke away from each other. So we just saw kind of time trials in the top 4, but meanwhile our bottom 4 POVs from Mutada and Beba were really battling it out there.
So
it's a
yeah,
28
we got
point difference now.
Another 9-point win for Peru there.
Yeah.
Starting to walk away a little bit.
Yeah, looking scary.
Oh wait, it says Kuma left the lobby, but I thought Kuma was hosting. So
with GTR will be likely hosting this lobby given his
okay.
He's got the best internet of the Australians, so him or Sav.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention with who was doing the track changes.
Yeah. Something that I did want to point out when you were touching on the teleporting with the crates at the start of last race, is alongside the fact that you can take the same crate to someone because you're teleporting, it can also mean you can't tell if
take a different take
here.
Yeah, that's there's that too, and then also the part where they could teleport into a crate that they didn't even actually take.
Yes.
And make it so you can't take that crate.
So you can have it both ways, where someone hits a crate on your screen and you think, oh, they've got an item, I'm dead, but they don't actually hit a crate on their screen and have nothing. You can also have it on those tracks like Assembly Lane where there's a big gap between the crates where you're like, oh, they didn't actually hit a crate, I'm fine, I can hit them, but they actually took a crate on their screen and you couldn't tell, and so then you die because you didn't think they had an item. So you don't really...
definitely true. It definitely has the mind game aspect to it that it ruins. I never thought of that, really.
So it's a bit of a scary thing to go up against when you're like really depending on knowing if they have an item or not to see whether you can go aggressive or not. It can also be an issue with Wampa. Someone doesn't even have to go wide for the Wampa and they can teleport into it and steal it from you, which is really prevalent on tracks like Tiny Temple where they don't take it and they can just steal it.
This game is amazing, I tell you.
True.
100%.
Okay, so how many fast starts are we gonna get? We see a bunch of people go wide, actually, it looks like.
Looks like 2 or 3 people. 3 people it looks like went wide here. 2 from Australia, I think. As we see Mutada with the engine in 8th, not going to be doing too much as Beba tries to get the bombs on Sav and failed there. So we're seeing the same usual people up the front here.
It's always Roka and Blindado, yeah.
Yeah, I see a trend here.
And then Sav trailing behind them, which I feel like's been the norm as he takes a TNT. He should get it off though. Alright, so Sav's got to play it really safe here. He does have a shield, but if he gets taken out here, he could be done, as he's got 2 Peruvians on top of him here. Can he get the tackle on Beba here to secure second?
He does get Roka with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he still has Blindado and Beba on top of him here.
Yeah, being sandwiched is not a good spot to be in.
No. It looks like he... Oh wait, no, I need to actually watch his POV, not Beba's.
Yeah.
Look, it looks like he goes wide here, but then I look and like, no, he's not.
So he's going for snipes with the beakers there. Almost gets one on first place there. Very close hit on Blindado. So we'll see what he can do around here. We do see in the back Mutada masking up to the top after he was comboed by the magma ramps. So we'll see if he can make anything of the bottom 4. Looking like a bit of a split in the pack here as the bottom and the top have kind of splintered away from each other.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting as Beba... I think Beba shouldn't have tried to shoot that green shield. I feel like he should have tried to hope for a lag tackle.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has the lines,
bombs,
too.
Though.
Oh, yeah, he gets the bomb.
Oh, nice.
Exactly what he needed there, and he takes out Sav with the bomb there. So he actually breaks up into second. Is he going to be able to get this nice third final bomb here? But looks like he won't. So Blindado and Beba just gone so far here.
It looks like
we did see Beaker though.
GTR came up into third and then died.
Looks like Blindado lost fire or something because now Beba's moved up into first place.
Yeah, he had a Beaker at the end.
Meanwhile, the closest one to make an impact here is still gonna be Sav, who's not terribly far behind Blindado, so it is still possible to make a move.
For sure. We do see Mutada has come up into 5th after being in the back there for those last few laps. We see Promo's now the one in the back masking. Does only have slow fire as they hit the wall there. They only have 1 lap left, but if they're chaining masks, they might be able to make something of this.
We see the orb coming through. Takes out Roka. Hokuma getting the combo on Roka, it looks like. Taking out first place.
Blindado had a dodge, though. We'll see if Sav can catch up here. Beba's going to be able to get slow fire, but we'll see if it's enough for him as he misses his boost there. That could prove fatal.
Is that invisible nitro? That's really
bad. But Sav ends up running into a TNT as well. But he takes out out Beba.
Beba hits the fire, yeah.
This is an intense top 4 at the end here. We see Blindado is going to be getting the first here. Is Beba going to be able to hold 3rd place against Mutada here? Looking like he won't be able to.
What the...
Who wins out of the 2 of them? No, it looks like Beba did hold 3rd place because of the desync. So Mutada barely losing out on 3rd there. So it's going to be a 1, 3, 5, 7.
Jesus, that ending, I was so lost.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mix-up right there.
So if we look back on that rare, it was first Magma Ramp, Invisible Nitro.
Yep.
It looked like it hit Roka and Blindado. Both of them got taken out. Sav then hits a TNT and dies to that, or a Nitro. It was one of the 2. And then as Roka's trying to break away, he hits the final Magma Ramp, the Fireball, and spins out. So that allows Mutada to catch right up. Mutada didn't have an offensive item, so both of them just go tight. And then we saw Beba barely beat out Mutada there by about 0.2 to get 3rd place.
That was really close. Also, that bomb snipe that he got lap 3 Beba at the ramps, he actually timed it so well because I think it was Sav. Sav actually teleported right back into place on his screen right as the bomb had hit him. So that worked out really well for him.
Yeah.
And that can be the scary thing when you've got teleporting, is that because it kind of goes in the ticks where someone slides, teleports back, slides, you've got to like time your bombs and technically your missiles to a degree to try and hit them as they're teleporting back to the same spot, so you can try and hit them. And we see Beba did that exceptionally well on that spot, getting, I don't see if they got 2 or 1 hits there, but either way, they got past Sav there, which was, as you said, a great move by him.
And we are going to be seeing a host change now as we are at halftime. With a 33-point lead from Peru. Definitely not really what you want to see after halftime, but as bad as the match has been laggy for everybody, it could swing both ways throughout this half now, because it'll probably be laggy for Australia now. At least from what I could take a stab at here.
Sure. And we'll see how the host change does go. Like you say, with the big lag spike, it can really affect how teams go. I believe I see Promo might be hosting this half, so we'll see if they're at all a good host for Australia. But given the connection we were seeing, it's doubtful. So, going to be seeing a bit of a swap in the teleportation here, and as we go into tracks like Out of Time and Tiny Arena, so. These are the kind of tracks where, as much as there can be big teleporting, if you can just get the breakaway, you can just time trial and not worry about teleporting because you won't see anyone else for 5 laps. So Australia could use that to their advantage in really trying to break away, especially since we've been seeing Blindado.
I want to see Blindado hit like 90 points on this war.
True, he's actually on pace for
He's on pace,
only dropped 2 positions so far.
It was just on the 1 race, too.
Yeah.
But we got a little bit more of hell tracks coming up. I feel like a lot of our earlier tracks have been kind of balanced with decent amount of running and items usage for those tracks specifically, but Out of Time is known to be relatively unbalanced. Tiny Arenas pretty much who gets the early breakaway wins. And then, Qual and Inferno are content.
These next 2 are painful.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is where Australia really needs to swap up their tactics, because we've been seeing in pretty much all 5 races, as far as I remember, Blindado, Broker, they just run. The little brigade they've got
literally
going, they just run
break
away.
early.
Yeah,
And
all
then-
the time.
And then we're usually seeing Beba kind of come up in the middle of the match, coming up into the top spot, and then Promo is kind of playing that support and ankle biting there. So we really need to be seeing people from Australia going faster to try and take out those front runners at the start, because that's been really fatal. As Dashy said, we've got 46 points from Blindado just from these 5 races. He's really been getting those easy breakaways here. So I think Australia is going to need to try and get a few more people going up the front there to try and take out the top Peruvian runners here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And we have pointed that out a lot of times with the start of the race, how it seems like there's like 2, maybe even 3 sometimes Australians going wide for items, and it's like that doesn't not entirely what you need usually.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the case like right now with what we're seeing with Peru's tactics, they aren't really going wide. They're just going fast, like we pointed out with like Blindado and Roca.
Yeah, and I think on some of the tracks they've been going wide on. Mystery Caves is an example of a track where it can be pretty risky to go wide there on that first shortcut, because yes, you can get an early item there, but if you get not a mask, then, like, say you get a turbo canister from that first crate, you're then massively far behind because you took 1 item crate. And if you're having like 2 or 3 people from your team going wide at those crates, and you either have all of you having to slow down to make sure you get the 8th place roll, or you just roll garbage, then you're just letting the other team have that full runaway. And I feel like that's the kind of stuff we've been seeing on a lot of these races here.
So apparently one of the Australians can't join Promo's host.
That's a yikes.
All right, so we're having a bit of a smoko then, having a little bit of a break as we see the host get organized here. Whether we're going to be seeing a different Peruvian host here, I'm unsure if any of these Peruvians, other than Promo, generally host.
I honestly don't know either.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, either way, this is a great time for everyone to get up, get a drink, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, and then strap in for the 5 races that'll be preceding this this break. Yeah.
I feel like I don't have anything of interest to talk about right now, which sucks. But because I haven't seen last night's match, but I didn't download the VOD. Otherwise, we could have reviewed that like we did last time.
Well, something that could be interesting to talk about is potentially if we're aware of seedings, depending on how this week's matches play out. Because we talked about it on stream before, like Saudi Arabia, top seed, like nothing's going to change there. That's just set. And we kind of talked about it here, that Australia is pretty guaranteed to sit in 18th here. There's not much they can do either. But like we talked about, this match, for example, can really decide whether Peru or Poland advance.
Yeah.
Then it's really between all these other matches coming up as to who's going to be placed 2nd seed, 3rd seed, etc., which is going to be influencing the group stages and seeing what teams get placed against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because depending on who gets seeded into what group, as Dash and I have mentioned a few times now, we could be seeing those death groups where we're seeing several really strong teams in one group, meaning some strong competitors are going to be leaving the competition early.
Yeah.
I can't remember at this point, but I think let me look in and verify, because it's not actually 15913 or whatever. It's 18916 is group 1, then 27 10 15 36 11 14 45 12 13. I think is what it seems to be. Our groupings.
Well, I will say, if we just pretend this is how it's going to be finishing with these positions, 4, 5, 12, 13 would be scary. USA, Germany, Colombia, Japan would be a horrifying group to be in, because that's 4 incredibly strong teams.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's a bit of a yikes chief for those 4 teams. So, I mean, we do have one more week of matches, so we have talked about how pretty much every position except for the first and last position are pretty volatile here and can completely change depending on the match. So, likely not going to be seeing that group specifically, but that is definitely a scarier looking group currently, because teams like Colombia, incredibly strong team, but they've had really tough matches going into this seeding stage, so that has placed them lower down on the ladder, even though they are a very strong team alongside other teams such as Japan. So people that are placed in a group with them, as much as they're seeded low, can be up against some really stiff competition.
Yeah, and as far as seeding goes anyways, like I'm so sorry, Jesus Christ.
Seeding is interesting.
I felt that one right there.
Man, that was a big yawn. Holy shit. Anyway, so in the current situation, let me double check they're still building the lobby. Okay, cool.
I've got the stream up.
So, like we've mentioned, Australia is basically guaranteed, like, even if they get this win, they go 1-4. Peru becomes 1-4, and I believe with Peru being 1-4, I don't remember what team Peru beat. Let me see if I can find it.
I believe it was Latin America?
Latin America.
It was Latin America.
Yeah.
And Latin America is sitting at 2-3. So actually, Peru would have zero tiebreak points, which would put them, as we mentioned, at the bottom. And then that would give Australia 1 tiebreak point, and Poland would have no tiebreak points either, because I think
they beat Australia. So
Okay.
Poland
So
have a tiebreak point.
Poland and Australia would have tiebreak point, and that would be it, because then also we would have to factor in what happens with this Great Britain and Ireland match against who are they against? Spain? Is that Spain? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they end up losing, then they get 1 tiebreak point, I think. Yeah.
Great Britain Island would have 1 tiebreak point here, so I believe that would mean that if Peru lose this match, then it could be Australia-Peru departing the competition, but then if Peru win this match, it's Australia-Poland.
Yeah, it's like if Peru loses, then they're really putting themselves on the chopping block, but if they win this match, they're pretty much guaranteed to not be on the chopping block.
Yeah.
It's basically what it comes down to.
Pretty much in this seeding stage, once you get to 2 wins, you're pretty safe.
Yeah.
Like as we've seen, Australia will only be able to get 1 win, meaning that anyone with 2 wins will automatically be beating them. And then it's looking like we're going to be having some teams with potentially 1 win here. So we'll see. Like we said, likely Poland or Peru, depending on the match. So we'll see what team ends up going into the bottom 2 here. And it looks like we're having more host issues, as I just see the lobby got disbanded yet again.
But I will mention, though, if Great Britain and Ireland get destroyed by Spain, there is actually a possibility that they would get knocked out instead of Poland. Or even Peru.
Well, what tiebreaker point is Great Britain Ireland getting? That would be a deciding factor here. Did they beat Poland or did they beat Peru?
They beat Peru.
Okay, they beat Peru.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how the head-to-heads work out either.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think they do anything, which is a strange thing when you kind of think about it, where it's like, if this was Great Britain and Ireland and this is Peru, and let's say, like, you know, obviously, like, we'll say Great Britain and Ireland have -60 and Peru ends up -90, it would kind of feel, or wait, no, other way around. If you switch them around, it would feel weird for Great Britain to get knocked out and Peru to make it through with, despite them having beat that team specifically, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It's something that
sorry.
I believe, as far as I remember, I could be wrong, but I believe the head-to-head might come into a play only if points are identical. Point difference. I think it's the very last thing that comes into play from memory. So like you said, point difference would take priority. So if Great Britain and Ireland had a greater point deficit than Peru, then Great Britain and Ireland is eliminated. But if they were tied in, wins, losses, point difference, tiebreak points, then head-to-head, I think, comes into play after that. I'm pretty sure it's the lowest priority of the deciding factors. But yeah, so technically, any of the 3 teams here with 1 win could also be going out alongside Australia. It's most likely, looking at this, that it's going to be Poland,
And Australia,
depending on depending, like Dashy said, Spain is a very good team at the moment. They were doing really good these last 2 weeks in particular, so they could do get a good victory on Great Britain Island here. So potentially they could be going, but we'll definitely be seeing between these teams.
Yeah, because if Peru wins, it would just come down to these 2 teams, right?
Yeah, and I think that means that
it would just be if Great Britain loses, then they're out, right?
Yeah, you're right, because they've got a bigger point deficit. So Great Britain and Ireland need to win their match to stay in.
Yeah.
Pretty much, unless
these two haven't even played against each other, have they? Great Britain and Poland.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for them. Normally, they would have played against each other, given the fact that they've been kind of... Great Britain and Ireland had like the really strong start, I guess, right? So that's why they played against some of the stronger teams, which is kind of unfortunate when you think about it. Where like, yeah, I'm not going to get any tiebreak points because the only team I beat is like fucking up here somewheres or whatever. You know what I mean? Except that's not actually true. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, Latin America got 2 wins.
In the 2-win column. So like you said, still no tiebreak points because the only team they went up against that they beat is up in the top. So, or mid at least. Also, just pointing out for chat, we should hopefully be starting soon. Walker is Nat 3, I believe, was the issue, but it looks like they've found a host that's working, which I think is Blindado. So I do see 6 people in the lobby at the moment, so hopefully within time we'll be starting. So.
Yeehaw.
But yeah, it's really going to be interesting as this week pans out to see where the seedings get placed, because I think we're going to be seeing some very interesting groupings going into this next stage.
Part of me is just kind of ready for brackets, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It's like we just did 5 weeks of seeding, and we're gonna go into groups for I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks could be enough time for all teams to play against each other, and then brackets finally start.
Time's flying this World Cup.
So yeah, got a bit of a lengthy World Cup going on here, but I guess for you viewers, that's extra content to be watching. So hopefully we'll be getting a heap of good matches out of this.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a full lobby now, finally. So.
All right, so we've had our obligatory 30-minute stall in CTR. Wouldn't be CTR without it. So we'll hopefully be starting soon. And yeah, like we pointed out, I think Rare was the one that pointed out, out of time. It's a track.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, Dashy.
I agree with you.
Pointed out that it is in fact a track in the game Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which is also in Crash Nitro Kart.
I agree.
Yeah, it's hard to comment on this track. It's a track that some people love, some people passionately loathe, and it's understandable. Like we mentioned, it's pretty unbalanced, especially since, the respawn for the Blue Fire is atrocious. It is quite fast Blue Fire as well, so detrimental to lose. And something that could come into play here, considering the lag, something that anyone that's been on my streams will hear me complain about regularly, is when you've got high desync, you can hit the exclamation mark crate, nothing happens. Or at the start, when multiple people hit it, the ramp will be up. You go over it, and it just doesn't activate, and you get no fire because, according to the lag, it's actually swapped, but you haven't seen it on your screen. So we could be seeing some unfortunate crate shenanigans at the start here, but we'll see whether the crate behaves itself for the lagging team here.
Also, if Australia's going to start killing Peru's stronger runners at the start, this is going to be the perfect track to do it.
Yeah, and it looks like everyone gets fire at the start. Promo being the only one going wide and does get a mask here. We'll see if they can hold fire and make use of it. We see Mutada in first with a shield here. Promo coming in, taking out Sav, taking out Walker here. Really great mask usages. They have another mask in 6th here. They get around their teammate. Are they going to take out GTR as well?
Hakuma got Roka.
Looking like all of the Australian team got taken out by Promo here. Oh no, yes, he did, just with a bit of desync there. So Beba getting taken out as well, as Mutada's the only one in the top here for Australia.
He's got Blindado to battle it out with, stuck in between him and Roka. The same top 2 Peruvians we've seen pretty much all war.
Yeah, and Sav taking a TNT, which on some tracks isn't too bad, but that is absolutely fatal on out of time as he loses reserves on this incredibly tight track here. So Australia bottom 2 at the moment, Sav and Walker.
Oh, that
was
really
a weird
unfortunate.
misdrift on Hakuma's end.
Yeah.
We also saw Promo taking out GTR with a shield tackle there, coming up into a 3rd. So top 3 currently for Peru, as we see
This
the
might be a top 4. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh boy.
yeah. So the usual.
but the
Oh, there's
clock.
a clock though. Oh, that hit the whole Peruvian team.
That's a fantastic clock usage there, as it hits all 4 of them right off of the pad there. And Hakuma's going to have infinite reserves to try and catch up here. So Hakuma may not have an item here, but he can go on the offensive as he comes up to these next item crates. We do see Beba with the bomb though. We'll see if Beba can make use of this. Just throws it away. Tries to get a canister squish.
Gets the
He does,
canister
and he gets it.
squash.
3
man.
times.
That's unfortunate for Hakuma.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Really nice job by Beba though, holding his 4th place. Until now, he gets taken out by a bomb, but the Spyro goes around the shortcut instead after getting the
Dude,
bomb hit. So
do any of them have fire? I think like one does.
It
but
looks
that's
like yeah,
Like the
second
Spyros.
promo did. Oh, the Spyros? I don't think so.
GTR
I think
had fire.
yeah, GTR was the only one. I think so.
Yeah, so GTR was the only one in the bottom that had fire, so that clock was fantastically used, but unfortunately only got them a single position here, as Beba's still in 5th place here. Not too big of a gap between them and Mutada, though, it looks like, as Mutada's pretty close in. Beba getting hit by a
decent
beaker
beaker.
there. Hakuma goes for the shield tackle, but misses here. We'll see whether Beba can get his own shield tackle. No, they both missed their shields here. Looking like a mask coming in from Sav. Does take the shield off Beba, but doesn't get a hit. So we're seeing Beba's probably going to be falling down to the bottom here, but top 3 for Peru is looking pretty secure, so even though Beba's been taken out, I don't think they mind too much.
Yeah, so like you said, Kuma's up in 4th place right now. Actually, no, he's not. Wait.
Yeah,
What?
he is.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is. Okay,
Mutada-
so it's okay. The other Spyro is a lap behind. Got it. Okay. I was trying to figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah, so we see that he's catching Blindado, but not looking like anything's going to happen as the gap's just too big to be able to catch. So we see top 3 secured. No, it looks like he might have been position glitch.
I was right.
Oh,
yeah, he
it's a
was.
red beaker.
Yeah, GTR was position glitched. He's 3rd place.
Beba
Yeah.
takes 6 here.
So yeah, we see the top 3 actually was broken as Blindado lost fire in the hairpin in lap 5, sorry. GTR was able to catch up there and managed to barely beat out Blindado there by about 2 seconds. So pretty tight breaking of the top 3 there by GTR. So we saw 1, 2, 4, 6 for Peru there. So still a really strong win, but
Yeah.
we did see a few positions regained at the end there, but unfortunately it's just not enough at the moment.
That clock had a lot of potential because all the Australians had fire and none of the Peruvians did, but just didn't take advantage of it well enough. And Beba also did a very good job keeping them in back. So
Yeah, for sure. They the squish with the canister.
yeah,
the
on
canister,
Hakuma. Yeah,
the canister is a bit of a tough item to try and use when you're getting past like that, because you only have about 3 or so seconds to get the squishes off compared to an engine. But he managed to do it really well. Like 3 squishes there, I believe I saw from Beba. So really nice job by him. Didn't even back cam and managed to take out Hakuma, who was passing there. So like, no worries. And like Rare said, it was a really good job by Beba in general, just to be ankle biting there. So as much as Beba kind of took one for the team there, we did see that he did a really good job of holding back the Australians so that none of them could pass him with fire and continue on.
There we go. All right, and just like that, we're going to the loading screen of Tiny Arena.
Yeah, Tiny Arena is going to be a track where I do fear for Australia here if they're really trying to get that run back, because as we're seeing, it's just the Roker and Blindado show. They're just running every match. So we'll see if Australia can do anything to pull this back, but as these last 6 races have shown, it's been really rough for them trying to break that top 2.
Yeah, and I don't really see much change happening on this race, especially. This one's kind of a... Oh wait, did it not update the fucking... I'm gonna lose...
I was just about to... I was just
actually
about to
gonna lose my mind. Holy shit.
Yeah, refresh cache time. Alright, so 13-point win for Peru there. So we've seen a big 46-point gap going into race 7 here. Australia really needing these top 4s to come back now.
Alright, so yeah, let's see, nobody going wide for items, it looks like, on that first crate,
so
maybe?
Promo did go wide, but we do see Sav... Yeah, Sav went tight, but went too tight and lost fire, mismanaging reserves there, so they're not going to get the breakaways. We see the Roker show running away here. We'll see whether Hakuma can get the takedown, but instead he gets taken out by TNT. So now it's Walker and Roker up the front here. Blindado coming up into 3rd place here. Hakuma with an unjuiced bomb. Is it going to hit here? No, it's not.
He ends up missing the Wumpas. Well, yeah, Roka, Blindado out in front, top 2.
Yeah, as Walker got taken out here, so we see that it's just, the Roka Blindado show. Join us every Saturday night for this. So we're going to be seeing they're just running. And on Tiny Arena, that's really scary.
Promo's an orb here.
Yeah, it's unjuiced as well. They could potentially throw it to just take out first. Wrong team.
Yeah, wrong team.
They can team kill. They can team kill for the points. It's fine. We want Blindado to be 10, don't we? It's unjuiced. So we'll see what they can do with this here. We don't see if the top 2 have protection. Second definitely does not, and Hakuma does have double shield again. So we'll see if Promo decides to just hold on to the orb for a while. Alternatively, if his teammates can't roll protection and First does have a shield, he could just throw it anyway and get rid of the orb so he can start getting items again. But he does juice it here, so going to be waiting patiently for his teammates to roll protection.
Beba going for some slowdown, waiting for one of the Australians to pass him. And if you watch that missile,
it's doing its best.
It's still going. It got him. Oh wait, no, he put a mask on. I think he put a mask on.
Yeah, it connected. It just didn't do anything because of protection. But still, that was a missile, and we see Mutada getting taken out there.
Nitro, so top 2's just getting further away now. So.
Yeah, Blindado and we see Roka gone. Yeah, the orb's gonna come through. It ends up hitting Sav, ends up hitting Utada. And,
so this is really good for Peru. Yeah.
And First gets it. I think they knew that Hakuma had lost his protection, so they just went ahead and did it. Plus, they had a big enough gap as well.
Oh, for sure. We see that Promo actually comes right up into 5th after a mask use here. Does take out 4th place here, so now we're seeing 1, 2, 4 with Mutada with a shield. The only Australian in the top 4 at the moment is Beba and Promo are both catching up fast. Beba with his own shield as well, so going to be able to focus on lines to catch up, especially since he has a missile under his shield. Could be exactly what he needs to take Mutada out here.
Yeah.
Promo hitting a beaker, so that's really unfortunate for him. Going to be losing a lot of time there as he surrenders 1 position to the Spyros. We'll see whether he can hold 6th place or not, though, as he does get infinite, so he can go tight if he needs to. Looking like Promo has a position glitch as well, as he's 5th on his screen, even though he's actually 6th as far as I can tell, so that's going to be really unfortunate for his mask rolls here. Also means he can't roll a power item outside of an orb because of his position glitch here.
Yeah, it's hard to see which person's glitched for him, but...
It looks like it's 5th place, which would be GTR again.
Oh, wait, yeah. I guess that would make sense.
Promo losing his infinite reserves, going too tight there. He does have a bit of a gap, so looking like he's going to be okay to hold 5th, but it does mean he doesn't have infinite anymore, which is really unfortunate for him. Not too much happening in our top 4. We are seeing a lot of just time trial moments here as people have shields. Beba going tight, trying to catch up to Mutada, but with 1 lap left, that gap is looking pretty dicey here. Probably seeing shields from top 2. I haven't been seeing any traps to try and take Mutada's shield off.
We are currently viewing the average Tiny Arena gameplay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the macro right now. Yeah, we got 4 blue shields, and everybody just kind of time trialing. Also, the classic of the top 2 or 3 players are just a mile ahead of everybody else usually.
Alright, itemless enjoyers, get your Komodo hypes ready, as we see everyone just driving here.
Such
Circle
a
button
good
is not
design
used.
track, man.
Although we do see Mutada and Beba both throwing their shields here.
Oh, and Beba's
Who
ahead of
actually
Nitro.
benefited from that, but wait.
Yeah,
actually,
Beba got the back missile on Walker. So he took Walker out, but then
He's
Mutada's
fine
item
now.
also took Beba
Yeah.
out. So they just traded, pretty much.
Yeah.
Although it actually worked out for Peru, as Promo
Yeah.
sneaks into 5th.
Actual 5th, not the position glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it was Walker. Yeah.
Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the actual positions were then.
Walker got 7th, so just swap Walker and
GTR. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a... again, we're seeing the same, like I said, Blindado Roka show. Just rocking up every race, going tight and breaking away. And on Tiny Arena, it was just so easy to compound that lead, going tighter and tighter and just securing those top 2 spots. We did see the power items come out, but on Tiny Arena, when you've got such a break, it just doesn't matter. You could get clocked 6 times consecutively with that lead and you'd be fine. It's a bit unfortunate for Australia there. They just aren't winning the start of race encounters. The first crate set can really matter, and we're seeing Peru making the best use of those first crate items here. Being able to secure their teams the lead.
Okay, for the first time in a while, we've had correct scores on the intermissions. So, here you go. 61-point lead for Peru right now.
By the way, chat, this means that Peru has won no matter what, so
Yeah.
that's game.
So at this point, it is all about the point difference and seeing if Peru can get the higher point gap to try and potentially secure a higher seed, or if Australia just want to minimize the max point difference they're going to be having as they exit this competition after this week. Because as we said, it was pretty unfortunate, but Australia's fate was already sealed going into this, so unfortunate for them, but they're doing their best to put on a show for their last match of the World Cup.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We
go
are
into
going into
Kuala.
yeah.
Kawana.
All right, we're going into Kawana Carnival.
Give me a break. It's easy to speech jam me. You can't help it.
All right, I'm curious if we're going to be seeing many chaotic item plays or pulsewoods here on Kawana Carnival. So
Fuck
very
off.
It's just funny.
Savage
So what-
Center's POV
Wow.
is
just back in time GP. He's gone really far back, so we'll see what happens here. Promo going really wide, doesn't get the double whomper, it does try and get the missiles off and fails, it looks like, as Beba gets taken out by Blue. Roka's still getting his break though, but we are seeing all 4 Australians close behind. This could be the comeback Australia be wanting to minimize their point gap.
The Kuma does hit a beaker though, that's gonna put him in back.
Yeah, and we see Promo with the mask, looking like he's going to take Mutada out there with really excellent slowdown there. just really purposeful slowdown, looking really good there as he takes out GTR as well. Probably not going to be able to catch these other two as he has to go airborne here for a while with the mask, but he does have missiles if he can catch up to the other Spyros here. I believe he does have his teammates in front of him though, so they'd have to be out of the way for him to be able to use these, because we are seeing 2-3 for Australia, Walker and Sab at the moment.
He does get bombed by Roka though, so...
So Promo going to be able to use these missiles here as we see his teammate, I believe that was going wide, so he can connect the missiles. He does take Sav out here, so we are seeing 1-2-4 for Peru at the moment. We see Beba has his own missiles here. He is on juice, but is he going to be able to take Walker out here? Walker going wide instead.
Yeah.
Oh, the clock comes out.
Oh.
Aha, we see. And then we see a Mars coming through from Mutada. Mutada coming all the way up into second.
I think
second place mask here.
First did dodge though, it looks like.
Yeah, that mask isn't going to be able to catch second, but it is going to be enough to get Mutada a big break if he decides to use it, or it can be an orb dodge here. We see Beba getting taken out on the final ramps there. Does try and go for missile hits, but not going to be doing anything as he falls into 8th place here. We see Promo going wide to let GTR pass, who's got a shield here, so we'll see what the Peruvians can do. He does get an engine, but does go for infinite as he's not one to go for pulsewood here. Mutada just using his mask with the big gap there, probably just trying to increase his gap in case a power item does come out here. Not going to be catching first unless first hits something.
Yeah, he looks fine.
But yeah, it'll be enough that if a power item comes out, Mutada's in a safe second.
Yeah, I don't really see much movement happening except for maybe our bottom 4 right now as we see so Beba is coming through.
Takes Walker out there.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the only movement we see here though. The other Australians are kind of a little breakaway with such a small gap left. We see Beba just going for infinite because it's so close to the end. Probably going to pass his teammates up here.
Taking out his own teammate's blue shield.
Just one of the air points there, and he does get them.
Barely. Yeah.
So yeah, we see a 1-point win for Australia here as they get 2, 3, 4, 8. So as much as it's not the biggest win here, it is preventing Peru from getting that big a point gap by at least getting some small wins. So I'm sure as much as it's a small win, Australia are probably happy to see that they're preventing, a massive plus 100 at the moment. So yeah, that power item into mask usage was very strong by Australia there. Taking out all of the Peruvians except Roka off of Blue Fire, then Mutada with the double mask able to come up and just take out 2, 3, 4 there with the mask, and so securing not only his spot but helping his teammates after the combo there to come up into 3 and 4. So yeah, we will be seeing a 60-point gap after 8 races here. We are going into Inferno Island, which is a track, as I mentioned, Australia seem to really enjoy. We'll see whether they're as strong on this track as they are probably hoping they are, if they can secure a big win here and try and bring that point gap down. If they manage to get 2 top 4s, I believe they would bring the point gap down to like 22, which isn't a big loss at all. So that is a big ask to get just 2 top 4s, lol.
Yeah, but it makes it look a little bit better.
It is possible. So
also,
we'll see how this goes.
Does anyone in Peru pulsewood? I know Beba and Promo do not.
Oh, okay, then no.
So,
then nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody then? Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we were discussing this before you arrived, and we said I thought Beba might and Roku was a maybe, but other than that, we didn't think the other two did. So we weren't too sure.
I know for a fact Blindado doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I knew for a fact.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly, but I think Beba knows it. He just opts not to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure, if I recall. I may be remembering incorrectly, but I think that's. Oh, you're good, Beba.
So yeah, really, it's only if Roka then, because I know Promo prefers NMG. So we'll see if Roka goes for it, but Roka seems to be the only one who could potentially go for it. And even then, I don't
think this is basically just a gentleman's agreement NMG war,
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah.
But yeah.
Which, and we saw that from week 1 as well, where Poland versus Australia, they actually agreed to do NMG. So, looks like we're seeing the same here as we go into Inferno Island. So,
That's fair. Okay.
it allows people to see, compared to some of the other matches we've had on this track where we see massive Pulsewood, this might allow people to see what this track is like when we take Pulsewood out of the equation.
It's content, I guess.
So yeah, we see a few people get taken out. Promo with the early mask here takes out
coming
1.
through here.
2
Right.
people. Does he takes out
3?
Ricardo as well.
Okay.
3 players taken out there. Gets up into second here with Blindado, of course being the one in first place here. We do see the Spyro army trying to come up as Sav gets taken out in 4th place by a missile.
Love the roll of the tongue, by the way.
Wait, hang on. Oh wait, Beba's doing it for the content.
Oh, Beber is going for it.
It's the content.
Oh, he's doing his best. He's doing his best.
I gotta respect it. There was an attempt.
I do too.
Oh, for sure. He's managed to catch up to GTR, but yeah, it wasn't the most efficient. He
Oh,
does
he
get
got,
another engine
he got another one though.
He gets attempt number 2.
All right.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, he lost fire anyways, so
Yeah.
be helpful
And we
kind of
actually
use it.
so Promo actually got a back bomb and took out 3rd place. So we can see that Peru
he's
have a
going.
huge gap.
That was
for
going.
top 2, and we're going to see 3rd run away too. Oh, he loses his speed though.
Oh no.
It's kind of interesting to see how much ground you make up on people that like don't use it at all, because that like doesn't happen in normal lobbies.
Yeah. So we do see even though he managed to lose a lot of speed, he caught right up as we see Sav with the unjuiced orb at the moment. I'm curious what they're going to be doing with this one. Does decide to juice it and use it immediately.
There he goes. Okay.
So Promo's going to have a dodge, and I think Blindado has one. If he does, he's so far ahead it won't matter.
Actually,
He didn't.
we got a shield snipe here.
So we see that the orb actually really helped Australia as they managed to take out Beber and put him right down into the bottom here. But we do see the top 2 is still incredibly safe. But
All the missiles.
Oh my god.
All the missiles.
Beba, please.
Yes, I get an engine.
Are we going for attempt number 3?
we'll see whether Beber can come back up from 7th here. He is a bit of a gap behind, but as we've seen, if he can get a strong Pulsewood here...
Gonna be a little bit harder with this amount of gap, unless he can actually get a good one. Yeah, and he's
we see
already messed
Mutana
it
fails
up.
the shortcut.
Yeah.
Mutana failed the shortcut and has to get respawned. That's really unfortunate for him. So we see Beber gets a alright one and passes up Mutana, but really didn't
he
save
wouldn't
too
have,
much
yeah,
time
he
there.
wouldn't have passed Mutana if Mutana didn't fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
Taz
so we
got a
see-
mask, though. They might catch Beba here.
Especially since he rolls a single missile here, so we see with the mask roll from Mutana, is it going to be enough? Looks like it will
He's
be.
right there. Yeah. Oh.
And yeah, he does
okay.
get taken out there.
He did get hit though.
So
Okay.
Beber went for the content, but did fall into 8th in the end there from the masks, but...
My boy, I commend your efforts. I'll give you
I
that.
gotta respect
You can do it at the end. Here we go.
Beba, dude.
So,
I was just looking at his POV almost the whole time. He's such a nerd, I swear.
So
But-
yeah, in the end, we actually saw that Peru only got first place. Sav and another Australian got 2-3. So with the power item usage, it looked like as much as top 2 looked like they ran away. I think Promo was the other one who was up the front there.
Yeah, Promo
managed to
Blondado
get
got
taken
top
out.
2.
Oh, they did. It was just a position glitch then. All right, so they did end up breaking away. I just looked at the wrong scoreboard.
Yep. I'll
So that means, yeah, we do
I'll post
see-
it in the social media channel so you can at least take a look at it while I'm doing the scores.
Thank you. So yeah, we do see Promo Blindado first, second, and then we see Sav GTR in 3rd and 4th with looking like Roka, Mutada, Walker, Beber rounding out the bottom 4 there. So finishing on a win here for Team Peru, looking like that's a +7, I'm pretty sure, from Team Peru to round it out. So we're going to be seeing a pretty decent point gap to finish off before going into race 10. So
I appreciate your content.
yeah, 67 point gap it's looking like going into race 10, which is going to be Gingerbread Joyride.
Wadado, you gotta. I'm supposed to be professional. You gotta penalize yourself though. Just take the 0, my guy.
Yes.
Don't even race. Just leave the lobby. Do it now.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we see Blundado with the haha funny number here, and if Peru somehow got a 2-point win, which is impossible, but if they somehow did it, they could win with the haha funny number, so we'll see if we can do some rigging to get the content number. Yeah, we are going into Gingerbread Joyride to finish off. It's a blue fire track to end off. I like to call it Cortex Castle but slow, just because of the square turns. I know that's where the similarities pretty much end, but I enjoy both tracks. The jellies can be quite problematic. There is some Pulsewood you can do here, but outside of Beba going for content, likely not going to be seeing any action from that.
This one's only really worth it if you actually are just I don't know how to say this nicely. Good at it.
Yeah.
It is the case though. Like unless you lose fire, I guess it's kind of okay. But
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we'll see how this final race goes. We see Mutada just wanting to go for the really slow start there. Beba, as usual, going tight here. Going to see... Oh, well, the Roka Blindado show has been disbanded. We see both of them taken out early on. Beba taking out Walker over Blue Fire.
Does it
yeah,
hit? Okay.
It did. It did.
It's just massive desync, and then he takes out Sav with another bomb. Can he get a third hit here?
Oh, this is the Beba show. Oh, no.
Never mind.
He got... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, but GTR.
Oh, but his corpse took out GTR. Mutada also failing the cut. Looks like it is the Blindado show. Blindado running up into second here with Promo in first. Roka in third. So yeah, we are seeing the Roka Blindado show is coming back into formation for another season.
Holy
I was about to
shit.
say the Beba show, but then he just gets annihilated.
That pack is stacked right there if you look on Beba's screen.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Roka gets taken down. So now we see Sav at the front of that pack.
Yeah, Promo Blindado have got a massive break, and it's only been 1 lap in. That's an incredible break to have after 1 lap, and as you said, the rest of the pack is incredibly close together. Sav and Hakuma both with shields here, which is looking really good for them, but we'll see what Beba can do.
Unjuiced missiles, so probably not much at the moment. He's going to get this thing juiced and just kind of shoot it off, but I don't think that's going to land, and it does not.
I kind of wonder if he's aware of Akuma's shield. I haven't seen him look behind him yet, so...
It must be, yeah, it'd be really scary.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So... Beba is definitely in a better spot right now. He's got his teammates in top 2, so he'll know where traps are, and he doesn't have to worry about traps from Sav, so he's looking pretty good right now.
And he does get his own shield, so he is just going really tight. He is catching Sav. Not the quickest, but he is managing to do it, and with 2 laps left, he can definitely close that gap. He just really needs a good item under his shield in this next crate.
Sav ends up hitting the tight nitro there and losing his shield, yeah.
Looks like he went for the bomb and missed. So now Beba does still have a shield and Sav has nothing. This is really in favor of Beba. Sav gets another bomb here. Is he going to be able to take out the shield of Beba?
And Beba has infinite reserves. As
he has a
mask
under it.
Fourth place mask. Okay, buddy.
And he's caught right up. Blindado lost fire, so the Blindado Roka show
has
been
just
disbanded.
Get him.
Goodbye,
Sav. He just throws a shield, takes Sav out, and runs up into second here. Promo with the incredible lead here.
Kuma also has a mask in third
place
under his shield. Jeez.
He's likely going to be going wide to take Blindado out here, it looked like for a second, but Blindado doesn't have fire already, so probably not the best play there. Also, he just uses his mask, wants to try and catch up, but the gap is pretty large here, we'll see.
Oh,
he takes out his teammate!
Sav.
Yeah, he hits the nitro with the mask, which takes his teammate out. That's really unfortunate.
If you look at Beba's going for slowdown to try to get this takedown.
Oh, he didn't get him, though.
No, he tried, but to no avail here, and he does roll a shield, so looking like the top 2 is secure.
Yep.
So looking like 1-2-4. 1-2-4-5 potentially from Peru to finish off, which would be an incredibly strong win as Mutada manages to break the top 4 by getting 3rd place there, but looking like that's all they can do. Sav taking out GTR there for the air points. Ironically, if he didn't take out GTR with those missiles, he might have been able to overtake Blindado by hitting him instead, but goes for the content hit instead.
Did Walker actually get 8th there?
I
As far as I saw, yes.
think
Okay.
so, yeah. Sab was the one who was position glitched, it looked like.
Well, I'm gonna punch in these scores and then we can wrap it up.
Well, those
Yeah.
last couple races were pretty entertaining, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. We saw some that 4th place mask by rolled by Beba there really came in clutch to take out Sav. We saw Blindado got taken out and had to go around the shortcut, so he was safe from being shield hit. But then we saw Beba decides, I'm just going to throw the shield and use the mask, which was a good play in the end. He did manage to take Sav out, who dropped right down into 6th. And then that secured top 2 for them. And then Mutada tried for the comeback, but he managed to kill his teammate in the process. So that was really unfortunate for Team Australia as they tried, but to no avail there.
82-point difference, it looks like. So, yeah.
Really commanding win for Peru here. 236 for Peru, 154 for Australia. So that is going to pretty much secure Peru's safety and finalize that Australia is not going to be advancing to the group stages here. So GG's to both teams here. Very, very fun match to watch there, as we saw some epic content, some questionable power items, and some desync overall. But we will be seeing how the seeding works out after these next matches come up. Like we said, Great Britain, Ireland, and Poland. Who's going to be making it into the group stages? We'll definitely come to see, depending on how Great Britain, Ireland versus Spain turns out.
Yeah, tomorrow we got a bunch of interesting matches lined up. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we're only going to be showing 2 of them, and I can't tell you for sure which ones those are even going to be. The only person that I believe is even going to be around to cast them, or to not cast them, casting as in hosting the stream, would be Revi. So we are probably not going to see the 2 streams, the Comp Hub 2 channel being used, unfortunately.
Yeah, but despite this, as Dashy mentioned, we will be getting 2 matches for you. With luck here, so we will be seeing some content, but as we said, which 2 matches will definitely be which matches we end up casting here.
Yeah, because we have the option basically, like if we are going to run 2 streams, the idea was going to be one of them does Mexico, Finland, and then Chile, Italy, and then the other one does Germany, France, and Spain, UK, but obviously if we're only running 1, the hour gap between matches is not enough to make sure we can fit those in. Like obviously this one, the matches are taking about 90 minutes, so
yeah. Especially since, you have to factor in that every team, it's CTR, you have to stall at least a little bit. If we had no stalling and everyone starting on time, there's a chance you might barely catch a match, but yeah, it's not going to be something that's realistic, so we are looking at casting 2 of the 4 matches tomorrow.
Yep. I can pretty much guarantee you that the Mexico-Finland one will be casted, but and probably the Germany versus France one won't be. But as far as which of the other 2 will be casted, can't say for sure.
Yeah, so if you've got any preferences, chat, if you've got some matches out of the other 2 that you're incredibly hyped to see, let us know.
Put it in
we'll
World Cup discussion at the very least.
Yeah, for sure. So just let us know if there's a match you're wanting us to cast over another. Personally, I'm excited to see Peru versus Peru. That was today.
Spain versus
Spain.
Spain versus Great Britain, Ireland.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm much more interested in that over the Chile versus Italy personally, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not only do I think will it be a closer match, but as we've talked about a few times, it's going to be determining who actually qualifies, and I think that's going to be a very high stakes match. So
yeah, because if UK loses that match, it is possible that they just get knocked out.
Yeah. So very likely going to be seeing Spain bring their best lineup here, because eliminating a team such as Great Britain Ireland this early on could be very beneficial for them, and also placing higher in the seeding is something that Spain's definitely going to be wanting to be doing. I think Spain probably also feel like there's a little bit to prove as well, given their performance in last World Cup definitely wasn't as strong as this year. They've come back swinging this year with a pretty strong lineup, and as we see, they do have 2 wins under their belt so far. So we'll see what they can do against Great Britain and Ireland here to round out the 5th week of seeding.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know if we have much else to talk about. If we don't, we're going to wrap this one up because I got to wake up early tomorrow. So,
yeah,
all
and
right.
we'll see if there's any content for you guys. We've got a few streams up. Looking to no wars, but I believe we do see some a ranked duos. It's looking like is being up by
Amaranth is streaming. I see her thumbnail is her licking a microphone, so there's content. I mean, it's the normal like thumbnail to see for her, so that's that.
Goodness.
But yeah, looking for CTR content, looking like the main choices here. Shotzi's doing an FFA and Dre's doing a duos.
We have posted Dre like 7 times.
Yeah, I would pass it on to someone else.
Yeah, I agree. So we could throw
Shotzi.
right down to Shotzi potentially. We can see his FFA.
Are you doing it? I got it.
Yeah,
Fuck
I got this.
I already got it.
got it?
I'm
Oh,
faster than you.
Damn,
Come
I
on,
had
dude.
it typed in.
I'm like, fucking
Beat him
level,
out.
dude. Easy.
My desync. It was my desync. That's why I didn't get it typed out. I promise.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Rare and Drask, for joining me.
Of course.
Yeah.
And hopefully the matches tomorrow go smoothly. I'll end up seeing it once I get home, but hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
Don't forget, follow us on Twitter, join the Comp Hub, partake in the discussions, and yeah, don't forget, follow us here as well. So keep up with the content, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.